This is from Elsung Interiors. Today's podcast will be about designing on a budget for people who want to do it by themselves at home. It's always nice to start on one room at a time and focus on what you really want to improve. It's always good to just focus on one thing at a time too when designing and redecorating your house, since it will save time on finding the ideas to spruce up your room, as well as the money. One of the things people like to improve in their home is the lighting. And to achieve that, you could always be creative and make your own lamps from glass jars, such as mason jars, or baby food jars, clear or colored wine bottles, stainless steel cans, either colored or not colored, poke some holes in them or create a design and you can make that as a lamp. Hemp string glued into a ball shape, and these projects can be fun to do because it's kind of like a craft DIY project. It's also a good idea to use LED lights since it's cheaper to run and sometimes cheaper to buy than incandescent, for example, since they do require more energy to run and tend to dim as they age. What's popular for now is the use of LED strip lights that can stick to the surface of a furniture or a mirror, for example, to give a glow of light from the back, or a glow of light that shines to the floor. And string lights are also popular right now for decorating patios and bedrooms to give a sort of warm feeling to the area and atmosphere of the design. So that's been popular so far. Another thing people like to do is get new furniture or replace the old ones they already have, and most people can do this by either buying really cheap furniture. I personally like to browse Amazon for different kinds of furniture at different price points, from really cheap to the pricier ones, although usually I end up in the cheaper side. And making your own furniture, that's another possibility, is that when you do want to go on budget, you can get pieces of wood that are lying around or that you can get from the hardware store to make your own furniture. But this can also be hard sometimes and comes with its own challenges, and this could also potentially be more expensive than just buying your own, since it is also very time consuming. You can also try painting a few of the items in your house, such as door frames, to freshen up your room and the aesthetic of it, because door frames or doors in general, sometimes the colors can fade, and even to a plain door you could add a plywood frame so that the door looks more sophisticated, in a sense that there's more structure, there's more dimension to it, and it just in a sense enhances the look. You can also paint walls if you're confident enough to do that, but be aware that if you don't know how to paint walls, leave it up to the professional, because it could turn out into be a big mess. uh, there's another thing you gotta consider when you do paint your walls on a budget, is the quality of the paint and also the paint color. So it's always nice to, get samples from manufacturers, and some manufacturers might even give you a small bit of free sample. And some manufacturers sell small cans as a sample for pretty cheap, and if you're only trying to paint, for example, a small area in your house, it's not going to cost as much as getting painters to come in and get gallons and gallons of paint. And you can also pick colors based on the furniture and objects you have in the room or in your house. And if need be, you can always get help from the color wheel or the color swatches that the manufacturers sometimes give out. But beware, sometimes color swatches tend to be incorrect, so they're slightly different in tone or in warmth as the actual paint. You can also try spray paint furniture pieces that are old or rusty, and sometimes it just makes it look a lot newer, and it gives new life to old furniture as opposed to just throwing it out. And also, another thing that I find is a life hack is buying fabric and filling in bulk to make, all the what they call the soft goods like pillowcases, bed sheets, pillow sheets, curtains, sofa covers, as opposed to buying them from the store. So you can always also get pillows and soft goods such as this from stores that sell them at a discount or, at a fraction of the cost, such as Ross, Daiso, TJ Maxx, Target, and even Macy's on sale. They have really good sales sometimes. And honestly, those are one of the few things you can do to spruce up your room for the aesthetic or for the functional. It really depends on what your mood is. Just make a plan, stick to it, really focus on what you really want to improve. If you just want to improve a desk, then spray paint your desk or paint your desk or put a covering such as, those wallpaper coverings, put it on the desk, glue it on, or if you just want to do one wall, then just focus on that wall. But those are just a few things you can do to spruce up your room. Thank you. This is Elda from Elsong Interiors.